What's up guys, hello and welcome to more Zelda time. Today I'm going to have a look at the Figma action figure series, Zelda Twilight Princess. Zelda, that's her. Not the game, the character, Zelda, the princess. Link has come to town. I have that stupid song in my head ever since I did the Link review. You know that song that sounds like it's from System of a Down? And back in school, way back when I was in school, when I was, oh my god, so long ago, everybody thought that song was System of a Down, but it doesn't. And that has nothing to do with anything. I'm just rambling. Have you seen the box? I hope so, because that's all you're gonna see of it. I'm just gonna have a look at the figure now. So we're off to a very good start, because I took out of the packaging, and guess what? This pack, which holds her dress together, broke off cleanly, and I already had to glue it. Wonderful. I mean, just really took it out of the packaging. I'm like, there's that part. So, princess, how is your size? Let's see. She stands at 14 centimeters to the top of her head, which means she's a little over 5.5 inches tall. And I'm just gonna, regardless, I'm gonna try to forget about that because I'm just. When you take something out of the packaging and this happens already, it's alright. Just be aware of that. Just be warned. Alright? Alright. Anyhow, the figure, detail, look, I mean, that's very good. That's, you know, that lightens up the day again. First of all, the face is super nicely done. And looking back at the Link, I actually looked at some artwork from Twilight Princess. The face of the Link looked a lot more like Ocarina of Time than Twilight Princess. I don't know how it is about Zelda herself, but overall, I mean, I'm not going too deep into the overall likeness of a game. It has been out for a while, but overall detail going on. Isn't the paint job on the crown over here isn't super clean? There's some slips here and there. It's forgivable though, because I'm zoomed in quite far. Boobs, there they are. With what do you even call that? Chests, ornaments, shoulder pads. Really like the gold, and there's just a lot of detail going in. I don't even know what that is. That it looks metallic, but it's around her hair, so I don't know. But like I said, just look at all of that going down there, and up here in the dress, this Hylian signs. I'm just guessing. If that's something completely else, please let me know. I'm listening to you guys. And there's even some stuff going on. That's like the Hylian logo. You can barely see that on the camera. I don't know how well you see that, but there's like Triforce and Bird Hyrule. Well, it's not really Hyrule. It's just decoration. It looks good. I'm not here to explain these things. I mean, if you play the games, you know. If you're a dedicated fan, you know, and you can let me know and let everybody else know if you want to. But we're going down here, Hyrule, Bird. I'm just gonna call it Hyrule Bird now. You got the Triforce and some more ornaments, some more decoration on the overall dress, and there's a lot. There's really a lot. Also, this is a metallic paint job on the purple. I don't know about that. It's one of these things. It looks shiny as a figure, but it's cloth. So why would cloth ever be metallic unless it's, I don't know, spandex or something? That would be okay, but it doesn't look like spandex. And you have the boots and the pants. They didn't slack on that. There's still some detail going on the dress. I mean, up to the crotch part. Then it kind of goes like, but whatever. Moving over to the articulation. And I'm going to start with the hair because there's something I really like here. You have a big hinge, big brown hinge, which is hidden under the top part of the hair, and you have the lower part going down here. It's a pretty seamless transition, and it looks good, so I'm a big fan of it. I mean, it's just a hinge. You can't move it side to side, left and right, but whatever. I dig the fact that they hit that so well. There's nothing going on in these ribbons over here. And the face, the head itself, it goes forward nicely, gets good motion, goes backward also a lot. I think it's like Link. Can you? No, you can't really pull it out. You can't. But It gets the job done very nicely. It goes side to side. Doesn't have any neck articulation. I can forgive that because the head itself is good. You have very nicely articulated shoulders with some gaps. Unfortunately, I mean, it's one of these things. You can move the shoulder pads around to hide it. It's fine. But the motion itself is amazing because look at all that. You can bring it backward a lot, forward. It goes up well enough. I thought the shoulder pads would get into the way a lot more, but they are soft plastic, so they bend to your will. And you also can rotate it around. That's why you don't have bicep swivel, because you can rotate it around at the thing over here. Can you pull it out? Oh, you can also pull it out. Nice. So there you go. More clean look, put it in, one super articulation, pull it out. Never mind, there actually is a bicep swivel. I suck. You have a single hinge in the elbow, you have the fist rotating around on the ball, and goes back and forth. You have the upper part over here, moving back and forth. Well, hold on. Is that stuck over here? Yes. It's actually moved out. I think that's, yeah. That's supposed to go under there. Actually, also nice detail in the back. Breaks up the skull, but you can't really do anything about it. I mean, it's still made it so it, for the most part, looks good. And it goes side to side, and you can bring it around. So, first things first is, it's just soft plastic. It's not on a hinge. You just move it up a little bit. And there's that. Is that? No, there's nothing really going on. And as I've already told you, and as you can clearly see, there's a single hinge over here. It's packed into the, well, this entire backpack piece, which looks weird, but you're not gonna really see that. Also, by the way, this is all soft plastic, as you can tell, so you can move that out of the way. And you just have the single hinge over here. You can bring it out all the way. Be careful with it. Don't break it like I did. But you have that. You can rotate it, and you can bring it around. But once again, be careful with it, please. And don't get mad at me for breaking stuff. I'm telling you these things so it doesn't happen to you. I'm doing that for you, alright? Seriously. But anyway, you can rotate it around at the thigh over there. Goes up very far. You can ninja kick some Ganon. And it goes back. Well, it doesn't really go back because of this backpack over here that's supposed to hold together the dress. Goes out to the side, and you have a single hinge in the knee, and you have an ankle rocker. Do you have an ankle rocker? Yes. Goes out to the side. I don't know if it's a true rocker or if it's just the pack that goes in here. Well, it has some good motion regardless. Goes forward, goes back, and has a toe hinge that goes up and doesn't also go down. No, this one doesn't. Alright. Having a look at her accessories, first of all, you have a different face, which doesn't really look that different. It's just like, she looks to the side. And that's really it. Also, I did take a second to look at the in-game art and in-game model. And actually, the thing is this. In the game, I think her eyes look more rounded down here. But in all the promotional artwork, they look a lot more square, like they're here. We have a nice metallic golden. Look at all the detail going on over there. I don't even know. It's a very different style from what I'm used to from Zelda. I mean, I just had Link, and this is definitely no Master Sword. This looks a little bit futuristic. I like it. I dig it, and of course, it's very thin. So be aware. Don't break anything, like I always do. Then you have Bow, which once again looks pretty trippy. This looks I can't think of it. This reminds me of I don't know, kind of like Majora's Mask. There's something else I'm looking for right now, and I'm not gonna find it, so I might as well abandon it. It looks cool. It is also metallic, very shiny white with the pearl white. That's cool. And the yellow lines. And she has an arrow, flaming arrow, magic arrow. So then we have hands. You have the fist hands, open hands, and I mean holding hands and the open hands. That's really all with the hands. You have an extra pack. I wish you get an extra pack for the dress, not that thing. You have your Figma base. Yep, doesn't focus, but it's a Figma base. It's the standard. And you have Figma back. And there you go. This is definitely not the X version like Link with 5 billion accessories, but that's fine. She comes with what she needs. And it's gonna bring me to the final thoughts. What do I think about this figure? One word, stunning. The amount of detail, just look at the crown, and I can't get enough of it. I'm just looking over all the things, and I keep finding new details, new ribbons, new whatnot. They're just going all over the figure. So there's a ton of that. The articulation is very, very good. Head is nice. There's a lack of neck articulation, but once again, this is one of these cases where I say I'd rather have a clean neck than something wonky over here that might have decent articulation, but it wouldn't look so good. And except for this part breaking off, and the dress could be better, but it's not worse. I'm just saying, go back to the Figma Saber. That was a dress done right. That was the best one they ever did. But anyway, do I recommend this figure? Yes, absolutely. There's not really a bad thing about this. Maybe a little bit of a lack of accessories. That could be more. But then again, it's Zelda. You wouldn't need super expressional faces, and she doesn't really have any more weapons. Maybe like a magic effect. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I like this figure. And once again, I do recommend this. Especially since this is the only Zelda out there thing. Except for, you know, like child's figures that don't have the amount of detail and don't really aren't in the same category as this. So there you go. So that's gonna do it. As usual, guys, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, feel free to hit it up with a like and maybe subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more figure reviews, gameplay stuff, and whatever the Princess Zelda wants.